Hi everyone, welcome to my 11th week pregnancy update. Gosh, 11 weeks, it's been such an emotional roller coaster, with the bleeding and just not feeling happy at all. But I'm glad to actually tell you guys I'm feeling so much better. I'm happy, I'm feeling great. I'm just absolutely happy, and I'm finally enjoying my pregnancy, which is really good because I've not been enjoying it one bit, just with the bleeding and everything. The bleeding has not stopped, it's not gone away, it's still there, but it's not as much, and it's not, it's like getting to the point now where it's kind of like nearly every day, but it's just like a watery consistency, if that makes sense. But it's so tiny, the amount of blood that is actually coming out. And we also found the cause of the bleed, oh my gosh, which was so I was so relieved, and so was my boyfriend. It's took nearly 3 months to actually get somebody to examine me and to check everything's okay down there, and just to make sure my cervix is closed and stuff like that. So yeah, it's been a really good week. I have had cramps, and that concerned me because I thought, yeah, is this normal? Because of the bleeding and the passing of the clots, I also had cramps as well. But I've heard it's not always a bad sign. It is normal in early pregnancy, especially around like 11 to 12 weeks, because your uterus has grown that much over the past 3 months. It's just because when you move or you stretch it, it just pulls a little bit because all your ligaments and all your muscles are softening. So I'm not too bothered about that. The cramping has, however, gone away. It just comes every now and then when I lie down. The passing of clots, they've reduced. Like, I've not, had a lot, but I had some Wednesday just gone. I had 2, excuse me, and they was not big, but bigger than the last ones when I had the gushes of blood, and spotting, but as I've said, it's not been a great deal. It's calmed down a lot. Also, pains and aches. I'm just aching everywhere. It's just horrible. Still no pregnancy symptoms. Still no morning sickness. No breast tenderness. I do go to the bathroom quite a lot, but that's because I drink a lot of water. So I don't know if it's just because I drink a lot that it's making me pee more. I've started taking my Pregnacare, which I purchased myself. It wasn't prescribed. I stopped taking my folic acid 3 or 4 days ago, because the Pregnacare has got the same amount of folic acid in as the folic acid I've been prescribed. So I stopped taking them, and I take my Pregnacare with my main meal, which is my tea time-ish, about 6-7 o'clock I take it. So yeah, I've been taking that, and I have put on quite a bit of weight, because I weigh myself every Wednesday, and I weighed myself last Wednesday, and I was shocked at what I saw on the scales, because I was like, wow. I've put on near enough a 1.5 stone, which is shocking because I don't eat a lot. I tend to eat quite healthily, well, I try anyway, but I don't sit there and I don't pig out. I just, I do, routine exercise, like walking everywhere, so yeah, that's a bit shocking, but I have got a bump to prove like why I've put so much weight on, and I will put that picture in at the end of the video, and yeah, it's just been really fun this week. I feel so much better. Friday just gone, well actually Wednesday, I was in work and I passed 2 clots but I wasn't bleeding at all. So I tried to ring my doctors and no one was answering the phone. So I rang the early pregnancy unit because they said that I'm now on the system so I can directly ring that number if I've got any problems or I need advice. However, the lady, she was very nice. I told her my problem and she told me to ring my own GP because I can't do self-referrals, but I explained to her that I was already on the system and I've been told I can ring this number directly. And she just said, sorry, we don't do self-referrals, ring your own GP. So I was like, okay. I tried for 3 days to get an appointment at my doctor's and didn't have any. I even said to him, it's an emergency, have you got any emergency appointments? And she said, no. She said, what is your problem? And I said, well, you know, I'm pregnant and I've been having heavy gushes of blood, I've had clots, I've had cramping, loss of appetite and stuff like that, and she just said she recommends me going to the hospital. So Friday just gone, I had to ring the hospital and they gave me an appointment to go and see their doctors. And I seen the hospital doctors and he examined me, like he checked my stomach, he checked my blood pressure, my temperature, everything like that, and yeah, he referred me to the gynaecologist ward where they examined me, and I was so glad that somebody was going to finally check if everything was okay. They couldn't give me a scan until Tuesday with it being bank holiday on Monday, and I just said to them, I'll wait till Thursday because I have a scan booked anyway, so I'm sure another 2 days wait will not hurt. So yeah. Oh, sorry. I'm like gonna yawn. I'm so tired still. It's unbelievable. That has not gone yet, the tiredness. It's still there. When the doctor came to examine me, she just said like, you know, this is what I'm going to do, blah blah blah, this is what I'm going to use to check your cervix is closed and stuff like that. The only way I could describe it is a giant stapler. It was like this metal thing and it was like plastic, and basically you put the metal bit in your vagina and then they clamp it and they twist this thing so then the vagina opens so then they can take a look at your cervix and stuff like that. She said my cervix is closed, which is a very good thing. Everything seemed fine, but she found a small bleeding polyp, and they are very common in pregnancy. Pregnant women don't just get them, like, you know, women that are not pregnant can get them. You can get them in your nostrils, in your stomach, you can get them like everywhere like that. But yeah, it's just a massive tissue that grows because of the extra hormone estrogen in your body, and just, you know, your body's changing and things like that. So yeah, that was what was causing the bleed. Even though it's small, she said it obviously, you know, it gave a massive, it was building up inside the polyp, and it's just burst, and that's where the gush of blood were coming from. She said she can't see how it would have come from the baby because my cervix is closed, unless my cervix opened, let that gush of blood out and just close again. But I'm not going to think about that. I'm just going to think, right, it's from this polyp. And I've never heard of a polyp before. I've googled it, I've YouTubed it, and honestly they don't look very nice. You can have multiple polyps, but I've only got one. She said, however, the clots could have been from the pregnancy, which is quite scary because I'm like, oh, is that like bits of the placenta, the bits of the umbilical cord? I'm not sure. Is it bits of tissue off the baby? Like, I don't know. So I'm still kind of nervous to go for my ultrasound. I'm actually nervous about every time I go for an ultrasound, but I'm holding on and I'm hoping that everything's alright. I'm praying that, you know, we see the heartbeat and we see the baby there and the baby move and kick and everything. We just can't, me and my boyfriend just can't wait. It is quite nerve-wracking, especially when you've been bleeding that heavily and passing clots. I, however, think the clots could have been from another polyp. Like, I could have had 2 polyps or 3 polyps, and they've just like been building up the blood and it's just burst, and that could have been what it was from. Or it could have just been building up and could have just had a blood clot in my uterus, and it could have just stayed there and then just come out. That's what I think personally, what I think it was from, but I don't know until I go for my ultrasound. So yeah, very, very happy that that's been sorted, and I now know every time I bleed it's the polyp. So yeah, but the bleeding has calmed down a lot. My mum thought it was a yeast infection, and it wasn't. It wasn't any urine infection, it wasn't an STI. They said to me, have you been screened for STIs? And I was like, yes, multiple times, and I haven't got an STI, I can tell you that now. But they still swabbed me for it, which was kind of frustrating because it was like, oh well, we'll just do it anyway. But yeah, they did that, and then they took another 2 pregnancy tests, but they didn't tell me the results of that. I was like, oh, is something wrong? But I'm sure if the pregnancy test came out negative, they would have told me instead of making me wait till Thursday to find out. So yeah, I'm super excited for Thursday. And that's all I've got. It's been a very emotional but jam-packed week full of things. So I will be back next Sunday for my 12-week pregnancy update. So excited because obviously end of your first trimester. I will put as I said, I'll put the picture of my bump at the end of the video. And I'll see you guys next week. So subscribe, like, comment, ask me any questions you like, and I'll see you next week.